Occasionally I'd be strapped to a pole that would fall off a building with me on it.
I cried and screamed a lot, and I did not keep it cool by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, she is such a complex character. She has the tough and unapproachable outside, and she also has the sensitive and vulnerable part. I just love her. I think the whole world is gonna love her too.
One of my favorite things about Shang-Chi is that we are able to show somebody who is a superhero, who is heroic, but is also incredibly human and relatable, and is unsure of themselves, and is flawed, and is, has a darkness within him. I think that's part of what makes him a three-dimensional, fully fleshed out person, and what'll make him universally resonant. I must have been watching one of the movies and just gotten super fired up about potentially having an Asian or Asian American superhero in the MCU, and just tweeted to my 12 followers, as one does when, they're just kind of shouting into the ether. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I certainly wasn't thinking that I would be playing the role in 5 years' time.
Me and Simu would just get into a groove of just 90% unusable improv, where it would just be a back and forth of really just dead film. It's just like we're wasting film at this point, because it's just, we're going off the rails. We're talking about things that we can't talk about. We're singing licensed music. It's just like just like improv 101, like what not to do.
We both come from a background of comedy, and she is so smart and so fast. We would just roll for long takes and would just improv, and some of the stuff would be so funny. Would just cackle.
Occasionally I'd be strapped to a pole that would fall off a building with me on it, which actually was less stunty and actiony, because people are just like, what was it like to do that? And I was like, what's it like to get on a really cool ride? What's it like to be launched in the air on a slingshot?
I didn't have any martial arts background before this film, and my character has a lot of epic fights in this film. So they flew me 4 months early to train me, and I can tell you that was really intense training. You could literally hear Simu and I screaming in the stunt stage.
We pretty much started the training regimen from the moment I was cast, and I think number one was getting the speed and the quickness that a master martial artist ought to embody, and then the other part too is the range of motion, the flexibility. So we really prioritized that early on, and then gradually started to work in strength and conditioning, trying to build a solid Marvel superhero body while at the same time not sacrificing the explosiveness and the agility.
Awkwafina.
Katie / Awkwafina, definitely.
Oh, right. I think that just feels like really special, and that's what these movies do. They validate us. And so I think it'll mean a lot to people that will be inspired by him and the characters in the movie.
I'm so proud, and I feel so lucky that I can bring this character to life. Xialing is really a real model to all the kids, all the women. Just stand your own ground and find your voice.
What those figures represent to kids everywhere is hope, is endless possibility. Kids are going to be able to dress up as this guy for Halloween with the realization that people are going to be able to play with the action figures, and just to normalize the faces and the experiences. I think that's truly what's so impactful about these movies.
The moment for me was when I got the message. I got the message from my lawyer, and I saw "Welcome to the Marvel Universe." That's like a dream. I still have to pinch myself.
I think the most important part about this film is maybe what makes it a really universal story. I think Shang-Chi is on a journey to find himself and also to come to terms with himself. And I think it's one that a lot of us find ourselves doing, especially Asian Americans, I think.
If we change even one individual's idea of what is possible for them. If we give someone permission to believe something or to have a dream or a goal that they didn't believe that they could do before, then that's so profound how much that means to so many people.
It's time to make history. Marvel Studios Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Rated PG-13 in theaters now.